Hello everyone. So last time we discussed about the orifices, its classification and various types of orifices and determine their discharge. How to determine their discharge. Today we are going to start mouthpieces. I already told you what is mouthpiece. See here again. A mouthpiece is a short length of a pipe which is 2 to 3 times its diameter in length and fitted in a tank or a vessel containing the fluid. Okay. In orifices, uh, what is orifice? In tank, a small hole is provided. Okay, then it is called as orifice. But in place of this hole, if we provide a pipe here, okay, like this pipe, which may be outwards or which may be inwards. Okay, so this type of assembly is called as mouthpiece. Today we will discuss one by one all of them. First of all, classification of mouthpieces like orifices. So based on different criteria, mouthpieces are classified under different categories. First of all, classification based on position. Okay, so on the basis of position, that means where it is fitted in the tank. Okay, either it is fitted at bottom or it is fitted on the sides, where it is fitted according to its position. The mouthpieces are classified into two types. That is, one is external mouthpiece and other is internal mouthpiece. Okay, next comes to classification based on shape. On the basis of shape, there are three types of mouthpieces, which is cylindrical mouthpiece, convergent mouthpiece, and convergent divergent mouthpiece. And another classification, which is classification based on nature of discharge at the outlet. Okay. On the basis of this, there are two types of mouthpieces, which is mouthpieces running full and mouthpieces running free. Okay. Now I will give you a brief idea about what is this mouthpieces running full and what is this mouthpieces running free. Okay, we will discuss all of these which are important from your exam point of view. But first of all, let me talk about this mouthpieces running full or mouthpieces running free. Okay, see this uh, mouthpieces running. First, we talk about mouthpieces running free. See here, this mouthpieces running free is come under the category of internal mouthpieces. Okay, this mouthpieces running free comes under the category of internal mouthpieces, which we also these mouthpieces are also called as Broda's or reentrant mouthpiece. So a mouthpiece is said to be running free if the jet of the liquid after contraction does not touch the sides of mouthpiece. Means if we have a tank here, I will show here. If we have a tank here and we fitted a pipe here, okay. So if the water is flowing through it and it does not touches the sides of this pipe, okay, it simply flows through it and does not touches the sides of this pipe, then it is called as free pipe. Okay. Similarly, if the jet after contraction expands and fills the whole mouthpiece, it is known as running full. Now another case is there. Say here is a tank and we fit a mouthpiece here. Okay, we fit a mouthpiece here. What happens? The liquid starts to enter from this tank here. What happens in small area? It will contract, which I told you about Banner contractor. It contracts and then it again expands. See here, it contracts here and then it expands again and takes the shape of this pipe. This case is called as running full. Okay, we will discuss all of them one by one. So with let's start with external cylindrical mouthpiece. Okay. Now we will start about flow through an external cylindrical mouthpiece. Okay. So the first classification, which is based on position, told you about external mouthpiece and internal mouthpiece. So first of all, we will discuss external cylindrical mouthpiece. So a definition I already told you. See, if the pipe is fitted externally to the orifice, the mouthpiece is called external cylindrical mouthpiece, and discharge through orifice increases. In this case, discharge increases. I will show you with diagram here. See here the diagram. See the diagram here. अब देखो इसमें क्या है कि we have a tank, cylindrical tank here, and the pipe is fitted outside to it. Okay, if the pipe is fitted outside this tank, then it is called as external mouthpiece. And similarly, if this pipe is fitted in place of that, it is fitted inside the tank, it is called as internal mouthpiece. So in this case we are considering here external cylindrical mouthpiece. Okay, here the pipe is externally. So what happens in this case, when the liquid in this tank is flowing, two things you have to remember. uh, okay, we will talk about that later, but first of all, see what happens when the liquid starts to flowing through this pipe. At the start of this, where it is entering this pipe, it contracts. Okay, see here, it contracts to this due to vena contracta, and then it again expands. Okay, let us take two sections here. One is inside the tank, let us say it is a point at A, or you can say 1, and other section is at vena contracta, where the this liquid is contracting. Here it is C point, CC section. So first of all, look here, VC is the velocity of liquid at CC section, that is at vena contracta section. AC is what? AC is the area of flow of vena contracta at the where it is contracting, the liquid surface is contracting, we take that area as AC. H is the height of liquid above the center of mouthpiece. Okay, here see, from this center of orifice, this is height H. Similarly, CC is coefficient of contraction. What is coefficient of contraction? Coefficient of contraction is area of jet at vena contracta and area of orifice. Okay, and last term is v1. V1 is the velocity of liquid at outlet. Here, that what is the velocity, we consider it as v1. So let's start our derivation from here. See, first of all, apply the continuity equation. What is continuity equation? AB into A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Here we are considering two sections, that is at section CC, which is at vena contracta, and section 1 which is inside the tank. So at vena contracta is area is ACVC, velocity is VC, and in case of inside the tank it is A1 and V1. From here we can obtain the value of VC, which is equal to V1 upon AC upon A1. Now AC upon A1 is known to us, which is coefficient of contraction, because area of jet at vena contracta and divided by area of orifice. Okay, from here it is written. Okay, now take the value of CC as 0.62. In the first lecture I told you about what these values vary between some, and we take the value of as 0.62, and then putting these values in this, and we obtain the value of VC, that is velocity at vena contracta. Now the jet of liquid from section CC suddenly enlarges. I told you that in the pipe what happens, in the start it will contract like this, and then it will again expand and take the shape of the pipe. Okay, so due to sudden enlargement there is some loss, which is HL is equal to VC of minus V1 whole square upon 2G. Now all of you noticing that where this formula comes from, we will discuss this formula later. For now you just have to remember this formula. This topic we will discuss under flow through pipes, where we will discuss about various losses in pipes, which include losses due to certain contraction, losses due to certain expansion, and different losses. For now, you just have to remember this formula, that is head loss due to sudden enlargement. Okay, this is due to sudden enlargement is Vc minus V1 square upon 2G. Okay, now this Vc we obtained from here, put this value in head loss. Okay, after putting this value in head loss, we obtain head loss as 0.375 V1 square upon 2G. Now we have two sections, then apply the Bernoulli's equation on two sections. Similarly, so after applying Bernoulli's equation at section A, that is 1 section, we are considering PA upon rho G plus VA square upon 2G plus ZA plus V1 square P1 upon rho G plus V1 square upon 2G plus Z1 plus HL, which is head loss. When we consider head loss, when we are talking about our real fluid, when there is idle fluid, we are not considering head losses. Okay, now see, from the datum the height of the both the sections is same, so they get cancelled. And at section V1, that is inside the tank, I know you know that I already told you many times that inside the tank the water is in still condition. So here we are considering the velocity here, suppose here it will be 0, almost negligible, or you can take it as 0. And pressure of it at is atmospheric pressure, so here it is 0. After putting all these values in the Bernoulli's equation, and you finally obtained the various values, which is V1, which is 0.85 under root 0.855 under root 2gh. Now this velocity we obtain is the actual velocity, because we are considering head losses here. And theoretical velocity is what? Theoretical velocity I derived many times now. Theoretical velocity is under root 2g and h. Now what is Cv now? What is Cv? Coefficient of what? Cv is coefficient of velocity, which is actual velocity upon theoretical velocity. So we obtain both the values. Actual velocity is 0.852 under root 2gh, and theoretical velocity is under root 2gh. And from this we obtain Cv as both these 2gh cancelled, and we obtained 0.855, which is the value of coefficient of velocity. Now we obtain the coefficient of velocity from here, which is 0.855. Coefficient of contraction here is Cv, which is equal to area of jet at one contractor to the area of, we are considering 1 here. Why? Because area of jet of liquid at outlet now, because after contraction it takes the shape of the pipe. Okay, so area of jet at the outlet of liquid is equal to the area of the mouthpiece at outlet. So here we are taken as 1. So CD is, in last lecture I told you what is CD is equal to, it is equal to Cc into Cv, that is coefficient of contraction into coefficient of velocity. So coefficient of velocity we already obtained, which is 0.855, and coefficient of contraction is 1. From here what we will obtain, wait, see, from here what we derive, what we get from here, that the value of CD from mouthpiece, that is coefficient of discharge, is more than the coefficient of discharge for orifice, and the discharge from mouthpieces will be more as compared to the orifices. So let's discuss one numerical based on this. In the numerical it is given an external cylindrical mouthpiece of diameter 150 mm is discharging water under a constant head of 6 meter. Now determine the discharge and absolute pressure head of water at when a contractor. Okay. Now you ask to determine the discharge and absolute pressure head at when a contractor, where the fluid is contracting. Take CD value is given to you and Cc is also given to you, and atmospheric pressure head is given 10.3 meter of water. So start solving this now. Given dia mouthpiece is given in mm, converted into meter. From here area can be easily obtained, which is pi by 4 d square. Okay, because the pipe is of circular shape. Head is given to you, which is 6 meter. Okay, and CD and CC is also given to you. All these values given to you, and from this you can easily obtain the discharge. That is, what is discharge? Coefficient of discharge is equal to what? Coefficient of discharge is equal to area into this, actually what, wait, now area of discharge. How can we calculate discharge? Discharge is equal to what? Area into velocity. Velocity we are considering here is theoretical velocity, that is under root 2gh, and this is for ideal fluid. For real fluid we have to multiply it with CD. Okay, CD is given to you, area we already obtained, and all these values obtained from here, and finally we obtain the discharge as 0.1639 meter cube per second. Okay, this is one part. Another another part is given in the question, which is we also have to obtain absolute pressure head of water at when a contractor. So how we can obtain this? Simply apply Bernoulli's equation on this, and we can easily obtain this. Now apply Bernoulli's equation. See, Apply Bernoulli's equation at 1 and add Werner contractor at section 1, which is inside the tank, and add Werner contractor. Now, rho A PA upon rho G, which is equal to pressure head. And now see above the orifice, which is the what is the head, that is the water present above it, above this mouthpiece, which is H, and in addition to that the atmospheric pressure, head due to atmospheric pressure, HA, because atmospheric pressure is given to us. If it is not given, then we consider this value as 0, but here it is given that the atmospheric pressure head is 10.3 meter, so we consider HA plus H. Now velocity at A is 0 because in the tank the fluid is in still condition, and the height of the both the sections of the datum is same, so they get cancelled. Putting all these values here, we can obtain the equation as, we obtain this equation, Now in the derivation I told you at one point where I told you that Vc is equal to, we derive when we are deriving, then we obtain this relation that Vc, velocity at when a conductor, is equal to V1 upon 0.62. Substitute this here. Okay, after substituting this value here, that is of Vc, we obtain this, finally obtain this equation. Now also when we are deriving, we found the Hs from where we determine the V1, that is we determined V1, which is 0.855 under root 2gh. Okay, that is in the previous, when we are deriving the equation, we obtain the relation. I will show you that H is equal to 1.375 V1 square upon 2g, from where we obtain V1 equal to 0.855 under root 2gh. Okay, from there we take this equation. Now H we obtained from here. Okay, from here determine the value of V square V1 upon square upon 2g, and then fill this value in this equation, okay, and after putting the value of this equation, we finally putting all these values in Bernoulli's equation, finally get the head, which is 4.96 meter absolute.